everybody. 2017 Bad Rock Open held in Liberty, Missouri. Final round, 4 quality disc golfers. We're about to see some excellent footage, excellent golf by all 4 of them. Starting off on hole 1, trouble on the left side, and you don't want to go in the water. Chris Clemons will get us started today. And that was a really good shot by Chris. He is down there on the green. That's how you want to get started. Jake Lazzo just recently moved to the Kansas City area. He was in KU studying law, and he had a really good round the first round, looking to back it up and put a charge on Chris. He goes with the hyzer. It's a little high, and that tree will block you every time. Arturo Villarreal, this guy has been in Kansas City taking everybody's money in leagues. Such a good player, such a good person. And he goes with the low hyzer, just gets underneath the ceiling, and he is putting. Good shot by Arturo. Now we got Joe Hesting rounding out the card. Him and Arturo are tied at 5 under. Both shooting 50s the first round. This is a par 55 course. There's one par 4 on hole 5. Jake with a tricky jump putt. He had to avoid the trees on the right side, so he had to play it a little safe there. Chris, high and right, does not stick. We'll settle for a par on this first hole. Uncharacteristic miss by Arturo. Leaves it low. And Joe, with the only birdie of the card, climbs to 6 under, and he is now tied with Jake Lazzo. Hole 2, so pretty and so deadly. It's a narrow entrance. Once you get over the pond, we have the tree on the right that has a branch that extends outward. It will stop your disc and drop you in the pond. There is that berm and a fast green behind it. You want that disc to sit down. But the main objective is not being wet, because this hole has a very difficult drop zone. Joe makes the gap and hyzers out left. He'll have a long putt for his 2, but he is dry and he is okay with that. Chris tipped that one over, and that is out of bounds. He'll be going to the drop zone. Jake coming in high over the branch, out of trouble. He is safe. He is deep, but he is safe. That's that branch I was telling you about. It will smack you down so fast. This is the drop zone. It definitely left the advantage for whoever has the unfortunate event of having to come play from here. And Arturo is ambidextrous. He has a really good left hand throw. Just a quality player. Great putt by Jake on the board in this final round with a very long 50-footer. Joe looking at a 40-footer. Another excellent putt. These guys, that is not what you want to see after you've been in the water. The two other competitors making birdies. And Arturo is off to a slow start today with his putting. Chris gets his bogey 4, which is really all you can hope for from that drop zone. That is excellent. It is so rare. Such a difficult drop zone. Jake has tied Chris Clemons after 2 holes. Hole 3, short, straight uphill. You just want to get through the gap and give yourself a putt. A must-deuce hole. Joe dead center, but it is tailing left. Not so bad. He's on the mound. Anything on the mound is gold. Jake is a good forehand player and demonstrates that on this hole. No chains on this hole this time around for Chris. You almost had the ace on the first round. Arturo flirts with the right side, but he's on the mound. Easy 2 for Arturo. And Jake is cooking. That is 2 birdies. Putting pressure on Chris. Oh, and that is an evil roll away. Looks like Joe took that one for granted and did not execute the putt correctly. And you do not want to see this. Not the way Joe wants to get this round started. He had a 15-footer to start with, and he had a terrible roll away, got him to outside of 20, around 25 feet. Now he's facing another 25-footer coming back the other way. And that is a solid putt. He regrouped. Bag on the back putt by Chris. And Arturo gets his 2. Not a great hole for Joe. Let's hope it doesn't shake him up. Hole 4, easiest hole on the course today. Jake did not get the air on that one, but it miraculously makes it through the trees, and he is underneath the basket. Arturo goes right through the trees also, and he's parked. Maybe that's the route. We got the local route just through the tree. And that is the best executed shot of the bunch. Good putt by Chris, recovering nicely after that bogey 4 on hole 2. He has 2 birdies back to back. Getting back on track. And that is a star deuce for the card. Hole 5, par 4, 552 feet long. You can see that gap with the big tree trunk. That's where you want to be. Basket sits inside that cove, 35-40 feet in there. Fast green. You do not want to be in the big bush on the left on the drive. It is thick and you will not get your birdie. Jake braves that headwind, goes right towards the line that will definitely get you that birdie. Leaves it a little short. Chris is going to stick with playing it safe up the left side. And that's a better result than what he had the first round. He has a shorter approach to the basket. Not sure if that was what he wanted to do there. He flipped it a good bit. Worked out though. He has a play from where he ended up. And from Joe's expression there, I think he wanted to tip that over a little bit more. He's okay. He's just really far from the gap. Needs to fade in. Not on time. Hits it high. Doesn't get into the gap. He's going to have a 50-footer to get his birdie. That's a wicked little bounce, but he is on the green, and he is a really good putter, so he has a very good opportunity to get his birdie 3 on this hole. Arturo showing his ambidextrous skills again. Throws the left shot, and it was not a wide open shot. He has such good confidence in his left hand throw. It had a ceiling. He's got a distance he's got to hit. It's very impressive. That's a really good attempt by Joe, just left of the basket. And a good hit by Arturo. Gets his birdie 3. Jake is off. He will settle for a par. And that wicked skip didn't punish him too bad. He was only there about 16, 17 feet away. Chris gets his 3, his birdie. And breaks the tie with Jake with that putt. Goes to 10 under. Hole 6, blind off the tee, 250-foot shot. It's all about touch. It's all about feel. You want to kind of walk in from the right side as you walk to the tee pad, just to get a sense of where it is you need to put that disc, because you can't tell once you're on the tee box. Chris clips something early. He was high. Not a very good shot by Chris. Taking the wide route. He is wide and high. And Jake's going for the low skipper. So we've already seen 3 different approaches to this hole. Let's see what Joe has in mind. Kind of splits the difference. He's going for a hyzer, hoping to hit that gap straight up. That was such a smooth sidearm by Chris. So well executed. Gutsy attempt by Joe to get his birdie. That is just a scary putt. It is so fast. Right on line, just a little high. Good putt by Arturo. And what a great save by Chris. That was such a quality approach to the basket. Hole 7. 2 gaps. The easiest way to the basket is high side on the right gap if you're a right-handed player, and let the disc do the work. Highs are in, because you have to travel uphill quite a bit after you exit the tree line. And if you hit your line correctly, you still have some leafy stuff to deal with that could stop your progress. Chris barely gets out of there. That looked pretty good, but apparently whatever it was killed his momentum quite a bit. That was not a good shot. He missed it on the left side of the right gap, and the dismount was not any better.
That's out there.
Nice approach by Jake. Chris just pitching up, getting his 3. Now Arturo has a big tailwind. That bunch of grass flew about 20 feet. And there you see that tailwind just not letting him fly. Drops him down short of his target. Solid putt by Joe. He hit that one with authority. Excellent 2. Only 2 of the card. And he is 1 behind Jake. If Jake makes this putt. Hole 8, shooting across the valley, 315 feet. It is all about what the wind is offering. Which makes this a really cool hole when you think about it.
Oh, come on.
And he is begging that wind to help him out, push him right a little bit, and he's on the backside through the thick brush. Not much of a look over there. That's a right to left wind.
You know what the strength is? Come on.
And
Be consistent.
Chris sawed that one off. He had the lefty advantage on this hole. Did not take advantage of it. Maybe gave the wind too much credit. I don't know, but it was way short. Arturo is within 20 feet. He's got a little stuff to deal with, but it's not as bad as where Joe is. Jake throws something very overstable, and it works out very well. He has the best drive of the group. Nice little shot by Chris. Gave it a go. And Joe is extending left. And yeah, he didn't have much at all. He had all kind of stuff in there, but he is by the basket. He'll settle for his 3. There you go, Arturo. Good putt. Also extending left. Not easy, but he got it done from 20 feet away. And Jake ties it up with Chris again. They are both 10 under par. We got a barn burner. Hole 9. So short, but so deadly. 195 feet. You've got to hit your line. Don't end up left. Don't end up right. That's all there is to it. Gotta hit that line. It's just 200 feet. There you go. Arturo gets it done. Easy 7-footer left for him. And that is low and very short. Opens the gate for Chris to take the lead into the back 9. Joe working it right to left with the forehand.
You called it. That was hugging that right there.
That was a sweet shot by Joe.
Wow, that's the worst kick ever.
That was a wicked kick. He is on the left. No telling what kind of a look he has.
Nope, I didn't. Don't do it go wrong.
And it's not a good one. Chris going with the patent pending. And he is just getting out of trouble, getting up there. Nice deuce for Arturo. Jake will tap in his par. And Joe will get his super easy drop in too.
195 is dry.
And we have a really good round going into the back 9 of the final round. We have 2 players tied for the lead at 10 under par. Joe is trailing by 1 at 9 under par, and Arturo 8 under par. This is heating up to be an amazing finish. Join us on the back 9 of the 2017 Bad Rock Open.